task force members, while we applaud what the LDA is doing in seizing drugs, in taxi drivers coming from the border, we want you to know that this drug business is personal to all of us. Most of us in this room and a lot of the people who sent us here have crisis in our families. This drug business. Senators here, and then people who sent us here out there, their children and our children, this thing is eating them up. We rely on you to fight this thing. That is why we don't play with security budget here. Everybody can agree on that one. Yes, you cry all the time, you don't have enough money, but we give you the requests that come here. We rarely touch security requests that come from the president, so that you can fight this thing, the intelligence. For this thing, since you have established that it's not manufactured here, our country is only a transshipment point. For the kind of drug here to come in our country, without any of you detecting this through your intelligence network, I have to say, as much as I appreciate the work you do, that this is a massive intelligence failure. And we're not happy about that. Thank you.
Senator, I hear you. And when I opened my statement, I spoke about the vulnerabilities that exist here today. The porous borders, the unmanned areas and stuff that leakages, impossible entry points. However, I can tell you that before this 19 million seizure, yes, we had picked up intelligence on this, that we were working before this, even the seizure came about. So it's not a total intelligence failure. We had information, but we're tracking it, following it before the seizure came about.
But it almost left the country.
Sir?
Almost.
It didn't leave.
It didn't leave, that's true, but it almost did. A clear security in your own statement, a clear security at RRA. If that thing was not delayed by another day, it would have been out of this country.
So
I don't think you should defend that.
No, Senator. I'm not here to be on the defensive. I'm here to provide information based on requests and to answer the concerns of the representatives of the Liberian people. So
the fact that you had the intelligence, you were following it, it
no,
the country, and you were packaging it,
all of that,
and you went to
following that particular stuff. We have intelligence that there could be movement, transit point. Look. From the time we arrested this cooking here in the 100 million, it was obvious that Liberia was a transshipment ground. It was established before this government even talked about Liberia was a transshipment ground. It was 100% established. So we have been following steps back and forth. Look, there's a lot here that, like I say, in subsequent briefings after discharging, maybe before we even reach to charging in our other case, there will be a detailed in-house briefing so you all can understand the magnitude of what we're investigating. But our investigation, I can guarantee you, is about the safety and the well-being of this state and the future of our children. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Senator Snow, followed by Senator Batikwa.
Thank you, Pro Tem. Thank you, Pro Tem.
I saw everybody.
Let me extend thanks to the
It's in the right order.
National Security Team for giving themselves at such short notice. This question to all of you. Should I believe that at least 1, 2, or 3 of you are aware of this whole drug situation, and no matter what happens, the report will just die, or there'll be no court case, or the court case will go as usual? Nobody will be found guilty?
Honorable Senator, please do not believe that. Thank you, sir.
For everybody, that question, everybody.
All say,
No, sir. Everybody will speak on their own.
Honorable Senator, please do not believe that. That's the reason we are asking for time and patience to ensure that we bring everyone involved into this and ensure that prosecution is done.
Honorable Senators, definitely there will be charges and there will be prosecution in this case.
Another question I asked. Another question I asked. Is there any reason why I should believe that none of you here innocent of what happened?
Well, Honorable Senator, except where if you have any other information otherwise, but as an individual, I will answer. I have no knowledge.
Now you're talking, huh?
No.
So all individuals can answer.
Honorable Senator, if what I'm understanding is whether we're participants in being involved with the drug as participants, and I would say honor oath, I definitely not a participant.
Senator, as an individual, I have no knowledge.
Honorable Senator, I cannot speak to that because we are all individuals, but I am nothing, no about it.
Can you please come out with that question? Was there a question for you?
No, I'm still on the phone. Mr. EPS Director, are you okay? Or is there some apprehension? Because okay. Because apparently we all gotta keep reminding you to use your microphone.
I have no knowledge of anything.
Mr. EPS Director, I would personally urge you to please compose yourself before the Liberian Senate. What do I mean by that? That you will address the Senate appropriately and you will demean yourself. That's what I mean by that. How?
I'm addressing you appropriately.
Okay, let me help you.
How?
Distinguished Senator, I have no knowledge. That's appropriate. You just do that, I got no knowledge. Don't do that. But I told them, distinguished Senator, I have no knowledge. Or any question you answer, that's not your position. That's what he means. And that's the protocol. Okay, sir.
I now require your answer, sir.
Mr. Senator, I have no knowledge. All right?
Next.
Distinguished Senator, I've taken an oath to the government of Liberia to serve this country to the best of my ability. I have no knowledge, no participation in the commission of this crime.
Thank you. The DA officer in charge, who do you report to? Who's your current boss? Who do you report to?
I report to the Minister of Justice.
In line, and after the Minister of Justice, who do you report to?
That's my direct boss, sir.
What's your current relationship with the police?
I'm a Deputy Commissioner of Police, serving police officer.
Do you report to the IG?
No, sir. I coordinate with the Inspector General of Police on matter of national security.
Thank you. Oh, the colleague just asked about Michael Brown, so maybe I shouldn't go back to Michael Brown. But can anybody tell me who is Ryan Barr and where he is?
Honorable Senator, Rahim Ba is alleged to be the person who delivered the narcotics to Mr. King. However, Mr. Rahim Ba is alive, and we have not established that. So until we can get Mr. Rahim Ba, I mean, he's still out there.
So Michael Brown is alive, Ryan Barr is alive. All right. Can you tell me who is Emmanuel Kwan and where he is?
Imaya Kwan is also alleged to God he fell on him as well. Link, but also alleged.
All right. Can you tell me who is Oscar Brown and where he is?
Oscar Brown is an employee of the Roberts International Airport. He worked in the intelligence division. He was on training in China when this incident happened. He boarded a flight from China and boarded the flight in mid-air, and only his luggage returned to Liberia.
So you're also alive?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Is there anyone called Usman Ali? You heard that name?
Usman Ali, as per the shipment record, was the consignee on the UK side who was to receive this package.
Where is he?
Alive.
What's the relationship between your investigation body and the witness protection? Is there a relationship?
Well, at this point in time, we're not at witness protection because there's no witness here to be protected at this point. So the witness protection comes after if there's a cooperating suspect who is supporting our investigation.
Is there any suspect or person of interest that has sought witness protection?
Mr. King's return was, he communicated with the witness protection at the Ministry of Justice to return to Liberia. So there was a communication, but we declared him not a person in that capacity. So the Attorney General has made that clear and asked him to stand up.
So do you have a relationship with the witness protection on this matter?
I would say no. They were a great support for us to get Mr. Paul King back in the country.
Okay. How was your trip to the UK?
It was quite it was a short and very good one. We were able to meet with our international partners who raised immediate concern when this stuff happened and asked that we'll go over for a quick meeting.
You mind telling us about your trip to the UK?
That's confidential, sir, because it speaks to the international cooperation. My meetings were with British and Dutch government, and I cannot review anything about it here in the public sector.
You're right, thank you. This shipment in question, do you believe it was the first shipment or there was a shipment before this shipment?
Well, we believe that there was previous shipments of similar packaging that had left Liberia before here.
Which destination?
UK.
Has there been any arrest?
From the UK side, we haven't heard anything from them as per arrest made.
Have you followed up that shipment left your country on board an international flight to the UK? Has there been any follow-up?
Senator, even before coming here, I was on the line again. These things, according to them, in exact word, it takes a lot of time to get it through. The speed we're looking for, I mean, it's not what is available to us at this point in time, but they ask that we be patient and they will get back to us.
Are you aware that the person who received the shipment in the UK, MasterCard, the credit card information, the contact, everything is available?
No, I'm not aware.
Okay. Mr.
Could you kindly share that with us, sir?
I actually feel well, I didn't tell you I have it.
Well, but I mean, if there's like another question, you say 100%.
I want to ask you if you're aware, I didn't tell you that I have it.
But sir, you need a...
I'm not on the witness stand.
Anyway.
Thank you. The lady who did the screening at the airport, according to some of your leaked videos, and put a seal on it, security clearance. Where is she?
She's at Central.
Is she under arrest?
No.
What's she doing at Central?
No, they're part of the investigation, Senator. I told you, everybody from that particular stuff, until we can make an arrest, they go there every morning, straight to the internet. If you arrest, it's just for the 8 hours. But yes, she is there. She's been going there. She's been going from day one straight to the end.
The airport facility, and that question for everybody, can we declare or consider it a national security installation?
It is by law, sir.
Do you think that if in pursuit of national security information or intelligence, the DEA requires court warrant to search security cameras at a national security installation?
For judicial scrutiny, yes, sir.
You need a warrant to search it.
Yes, sir.
What if it's in hot pursuit? What do you do?
Chief, well, that may not pass judicial scrutiny. So these are the mistakes that we just try to avoid. It's not one of those things that cover on a hot pursuit.
Can you say that again, please?
It's not covered on a hot pursuit unless where the entity, you walk in, the agent negotiate with that entity and ask them to review the camera and instead of show it to them. But in order for it to be accepted into evidence, there has to be a search and seizure warrant issued by the court.
Mr. EPS Director, if there was a crime at the Executive Mansion, and you went to work tomorrow morning and there was crime that was burglary into your office at the Executive Mansion, will you get court order to review the camera at the mansion?
No, I don't need court order to do that.
Mr. IG Police, can you just tell me the difference in that, please?
So, the Director of EPS is directly responsible for that entity. All the people who control the camera report directly to him. It's his facility. He can even bring it and willingly give it to us, and that is accepted. So it's completely different.
You really want me to believe your justification?
Sir,
that the Rebel International Airport is a national security installation. A major drug trafficking is reported at a major national security installation. And the DEA goes to court, and the court is given more than 10 days to review the DEA request to review the video footage from the national security installation. Do you want this Senate to believe your explanation, Mr. IGP?
Chief, I can share.
I'm not Chief here, Senator.
Honorable Senator, I can even share with you my concerns about my frustration about exactly what you're talking about in a written communication to the Attorney General asking for a revision of these processes with the court, the issuing of warrants, and the revision of the criminal procedure laws of this country. As bad as it may sound, as frustrating as it may be, that's the kind of stuff we go through. So even as you're calling for us to get all these things done immediately, to even get the call law, when you even send out subpoena, the phone company will have to wait for the time this phone company provides that stuff. So that 3-4 days go. And when we're not getting all the numbers in one day, you send this one, you go for another one, you go for another one, you go for another one. So every time, it's a tedious process. And I mean, as easy as it may sound, when you get to that court, and that lawyer just found out that you acquire it by friendship, obviously, they will throw it up and will compromise the case. But I can guarantee you that all these T's and I's are dotted in this particular investigation, and when we present evidence to the court, it will hold. Thank you, sir.
Mr. IGP.
Yes, sir.
Where is the taxi driver? Or where is the taxi?
The taxi is parked at the DEA headquarters.
Where's the driver?
The driver has been out because the taxi, from the investigation so far, the conduit, the person who is one of those that are being investigated, who conveyed it to the airport, his role at this point in time has not been elevated to a person or suspect, even though the vehicle is parked there as a common carrier, but that person who used that taxi has not been elevated based on what we got for him from the interview, his role played even in this company before this particular event up to today.
Has there been conversation of any of the telephone or electronic devices or any of those persons of interest?
Almost all. all that we know that they have. Computers, phones, all the electronic gadgets. And we've been analyzing them, and that's how we've been getting some of the facts to elevate them at this point in time.
So, lastly, my important, you told us that the names we are hearing out there that people are throwing out, your suspicion is they're trying to divert our attention. These people cannot afford it. I'm not putting it right. You can correct me. But the Attorney General named those people as persons of interest. Why he didn't take that into consideration that they're trying to distract the investigation?
But all the people named by the Attorney General as persons of interest, I mean, as well, with those who we listed at large, they're all with the police at this point in time. And when I'm talking about people, it's not that like the name Michael Brown that's out there. It's not that he didn't play a role. He played a significant role. But my thing is, do not make me to think that I'm looking for Michael Brown as the person who owns the $19 million drug. That's a diversion. There's someone behind Michael Brown that works for Michael Brown, and I can tell you we're making steps beyond that.
Zaji?
Yes, sir.
Maybe we need to do some more talking on camera with more questions than answers. And,
fair enough, sir.
And with all of those people that are alleged, I have more doubts now than I had before coming in here that the case will go anywhere, or there will be anyone found guilty for this case, or there will be anyone who will appear in the court. So I wish you well.
Thank you, sir.
I respectfully accept your doubt, but I can reassure and reconfirm that those who are responsible for this, whether charged in person or in absentia, will be charged and put before the court. Look, at this point in time, to the extent to which our investigation has gone, we've gone back to look for 1800s treaty with the UK to start even discussion on the possible extradition of Usman Ali. We're trying to still identify. Rahim Bar. The only person that can make us to identify him is the person who claimed that he was transacting with him. Until we can move past that, we're trying to in absentia issue a red notice and hope that at some point in time they will be arrested, sir. Thank you.
Senator Batikwa, followed by Senator Tyler.
President, thank you very much. I and the entire team want to thank you for responding to our invitation. My concern is, did I inquire, do you all aware of the implication this drug issue has on the image of our country?
Yes, sir. We are fully aware, and that's why we've attached all level of importance to it, sir.
You just indicated, to me, I'm from the South. We have a power. When see point you somewhere,
you see, you run.
When you are getting there, you try. You indicated at where you sit, you may know more. But I remember 50 million worth of trafficking here, okay, it ended. 100 million came here, it ended. And many others. For us, as legislature, we took the issue of drugs serious because of the damage of mind as a result of the effect of drugs. And then the image it has on our country beside the destruction internally. So we came here as legislation, what can we do? And that is why we passed the appropriate and the proceeds being used. No. The proper, we said the law, okay, well, maybe I'm listening, but the property, sorry, the property. Thank you. Okay, thank you for the correction. The property being used to develop whatever needed to be done. So we have done our part. as lawmakers. Mr. IG, we talk about the 50 million. We talk about the 100 million. We're talking about the 19 million. We have not seen any action resulting from your investigation, all of the court actions, everything really serving as a major action to serve as deterrent. We have seen it. And that really put fear in us as Liberians. I don't know whether you are aware that currently Delta Airlines, all luggages that are coming from Liberia are being restricted from going on Delta Airlines because of the suspicions of things that are coming from Liberia. Are you aware of that?
Senator, I have not verified that source. It's all being quoted on social media. But I mean, if you have a verified source from Delta Airlines, could you kindly share it with us, sir? And my sincere condolences on the loss of your family member as a result of this issue.
Thank you.
Honorable Senator Connett, the number checked out to be registered to Michael V.S. Brown as well, our investigation.
So, my further inquiry.
Thank you for that. So it means that the published report is accurate.
Senator, particular is on the floor.
The people that are currently in your custody, are they really secondary suspect of crime? Because all the other people that were lead by my colleague are all alive.
Honorable Senator, these people who are there, some of them are assisting the investigation. Some of them have been elevated as suspects in this particular issue that will be subsequently charged. Let's look at the list of people who are at large. One, this Rahim Bar. Rahim Bar exists as a person that the shipper claimed that this person delivered his package to his house. It's incumbent on him to show us his picture, what Rahim Bar looks like, and to be able to give us some information on who Rahim Bar actually is. Up to now, that has not been established. So that's one of the people who's alleged. The Usman Ali, he's way in the UK. The Michael Brown in between here is someone who called but did not show up at the airport. So all of them being the whole ass before even the Michael Brown whole ass, even the investigation started from language, but he ran away before before the investigation even started. Honorable Senator, I apologize for my choice of word, please. He absconded before the investigation started.
So from the 50 million to the 100 million before we lately came at the 19 million, there was never any major surveillance on these people that are from your own information to be served as people of interest that you quickly get out and the situation is just becoming like the other person gone, the other person. From the 50 million, would you really place a surveillance of key people that in the country that are putting us in this kind of situation?
Senator, and that's why, like I say, it requires time for us to be able to do these things.
From the 15 million from 3-4 years ago.
So that is why this time around we're saying we want to present a strong case. We do not control the judiciary, but we want to present something strong, well-preserved evidence that it will be able to go through judicial scrutiny so that we can have people prosecuted and subsequently remanded to central prison. We want to have a successful prosecution in this one, and that's why the 100 million, the 50 million, all of them fail, because was traffic. And we apologize for, like this said, Dylan made it clear, he said, when you got nothing, you can stay calm and say you got nothing. So, I mean, going forward, we'll update as much as we're able to say. Even like you say, when you got nothing, can't you say it? But I'm sure that between now and so we have stuff to be able to put out to the public. But I beg you all, this thing requires serious time. It requires a lot of resources that are not just readily available to us here. We got to be reaching out, waiting on people's time to get feedback and call to us. Thank you, sir.
So you really have to understand that this case represents all of the past experiences, has a serious damaging image on our country. So when we are calling you, it means the serious concern that the people of this country has regarding this case. And therefore we are concerned, looking up to you. So the length of time is taking. You know that there are some investigations that require very, very forensic action. So you need to take note of that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Senator Tyler, followed by Senator Brown.
Thank you, President. Let me thank the National Security Team for their appearance.
The order is accurate.
Mr. Aji,
Yes, sir.
my first question to you is a follow-up. Who is Paul King? Because somewhere in between I got confused.
Mr. Paul King is the person whose house this substance was picked up from, and he's the operation manager for GLS.
Is he currently in Liberia?
Yes, Mr. King is here.
Is he the owner of GLS?
He's a shareholder and the operation manager. He is on investigative findings.
Mr. Aji, I come back to the question that almost no senators no asked. You indicated, and if I may quote you, that the airport is a national security facility. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Manned by whom?
Well, there's we have national security actors at the airport playing different roles, and we have the RIA security there as well.
So do you need a court warrant? We'll come back to that. To view the cameras that you put there.
Honorable Senator, this cargo facility is a facility built under a concession between GLS NAS and GLS Mercy. It's not a government-owned facility. It's the company's facility.
Is that what the concession said?
Well, it is not owned. It is not owned by government. It's not one, even though it's on a national security asset, but it's not owned by government.
So security was who meant it.
They have their own security, and then they have the RIA security who plays a part in that facility as well.
So bizarrely, I want to be a bit simple.
Yes, sir.
And let me second do this analogy. If Alex Tyler owns a warehouse in which he stole goods or cargo for people who are concerned in the Liberian, and you form as the IG or security, you form something that was illegal in our warehouse. And I indicate to you that John Brown brought it here. In the absence of John Brown, what will you do to me? What will be your belief or type?
Well, Senator, can you please rephrase?
Ellis Tyler owns a warehouse.
Yes, sir.
He stole goods there for people. And the security found something illegal in our warehouse. And he says to you, they were brought here by John Brown. And if John Brown is not available or not identified, who do you hold responsible?
Until John Brown can show proof that he brought it until Alex Tyler can show proof that John Brown brought it to him. We hold Alex Tyler because we found it with him. So the onus is on Mr. Tyler to be able to bring John Brown and for John Brown to admit.
So by that reasoning, are you holding Paul King responsible?
At this point in time, Paul King, yes, is being held responsible. We have not moved past him on this particular drug issue. He's giving us names of people who supplied him. We've not been able to verify past him, and that's where we are. We're still doing the analysis based on what he supplied us, sir.
Zaji,
Yes, sir.
you said all of the people you have or that were named are people of interest, and they are required to appear at the National Police Headquarters every morning at 8:30, and they are there until 5. What is our guarantee that the way almost all of the other people are allowed, that they will not storm the country? What is our guarantee?
Well, they have proven not to be a flight risk. We've put measures in place from the XR Republica and for proper language that guarantees the lawyer that any lawyer signing for them will be 100% responsible if for any reason they are scorned. And the lawyers understand the implication and ramification before they even sign.
So the SC Republica will protect our porous borders from the escape if they intend to, but they wanted to.
Honorable Senator, when a lawyer guarantees for them and they escape, the lawyer will be responsible for protect them.
So probably Mr. SG, I think we are here because one of my colleagues said it. Because of lack of information. Because of lack of information. We are not being briefed. And so we have nothing to say to our constituents. I hope we are going forward. Let me really promise we'll have regular updates because this is very serious. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Senator.
Thank you, Senator Tyler, Senator Brown, followed by Senator Scott Joseph. The list is in a proper order. The project does not discriminate, you know that.
Thank you, brother. Colleagues, I think I have the space. Thank you.
I agree with it. I'll put your hand
Mr.
on.
RG, let me thank all of you for your appearance. My first question is, when exactly were the drugs seized at the RIA? When exactly, the exact date?
Thank you, Senator. The drugs was delivered at the RIA on June 5th, 2026. The drugs were arrested or confiscated on June 8th.
So, since you are answering, can you describe for this plenary how the drugs were seized?
Thank you, Senator. I think Ajim gave a brief description earlier. So, to the best of our collections, the drugs were delivered at the airport on the 5th. They went through screening, security screening, and security agents have issues with the content based on the declarations, and while we're on the screen, they had issues. And they were deemed for a physical check. And through physical check, it was discovered to be illicit substance.
So we all travel to the airport, right? And we deliver cargoes there to be screened. So who was transported? Who presented these things to be screened?
So the shipping agent, which is EHS, was the company that delivered this particular cargo to be shipped at GLS Menzies warehouse. Yes, it is an institution. Yes.
Where are these individuals that took the drugs dead?
The person who picked it up from Paul King's house, Achi, and None, they are both part of those reporting on a daily basis and cooperating with them.
So it is confirmed that they took these items that came from Paul King's house and carried them to the airport. You confirm that IG?
What we know to be the cocaine now, yes, they confirmed that it was picked up from Mr. King's house, and Mr. King did not even deny it as well. Yes, sir.
And so my question is, given what you explained, how many persons have been arrested to date as a result of what you just explained?
0.
And which law are you using?
Huh?
Which law are you using
The new drug law and the criminal procedure laws as well.
So, can you explain or tell this body why it is taking so long to formally charge somebody?
Sir, we don't want to get to the court and the court has to do an investigation. At this point in time, we're investigating. Everybody is innocent to proven guilty.
I do.
Yes, sir.
There's a reason why I asked you to explain how the drugs were seized. Individuals took the drugs from somebody's house that you named. And they took the drugs at the airport.
Okay.
There were the agents suspected that these drugs, these items were drugs. So what else do you still believe?
Okay, so Chief, let's
First of all, you confirm to any question that the items are missing are the
yes, sir.
That's what I'm asking. What law are you using?
So let's put
Because
this.
the law talks about trafficking, transporting of these items. So which law are you using?
So there's a key phrase in a particular law that says knowingly. So let's put this in perspective, right? These people who went to the house of Mr. Paul King, they were not just individuals who just went to pick up stuff for him to carry. They worked for a shipping company. What does this shipping company do? EHS, as part of what it does, they are it is a booking agent for Lufthansa, Essen, Brussels. So, like how you got those who use the ticketing system, Amadeus to book tickets, they are registered on the Lufthansa site to be able to book space on the plane to ship cargo. So, if Mr. Paul King contacts EHS and he tells EHS I have this amount of cargo weighing this to be shipped. EHS go in the system, put the information in, generate the airway bill, pick up the cargo, deliver it to the airport for screening. So here in between, we got to take our time to investigate.
All right. Okay. Take your time. IG, are you aware that the legislature knowingly and intentionally made certain aspect of this law non-bailable or capital crime?
And Chief,
are you aware of that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that is why, Chief, before you charge somebody, especially for a crime that is non-billable, you have to exhaust all avenues. You have to exhaust all avenues to make sure that you
before the arrest is made.
Yes.
Do you know what is called a capital crime, IG? Sorry, I take it back. Because you're IG, I don't have to ask you that. A capital crime.
It will still require investigation, detailed investigation.
From June 8th,
credible
IG from June 8th, today is July 1.
Sir, I can refer you. honestly, these investigations, if you look overseas, you look everywhere else, where people have way more sophistication, they take way longer than this. Way longer.
In this case, you have individuals that you are arrested with the drugs. It is not that you discover them somewhere. You did not discover these drugs in the bush or in some warehouse that is not owned by anybody. But you have evidence that certain people took these drugs from someone's warehouse.
Not from someone's warehouse, someone's residence.
Somebody's residence. You know the name of the person who has the residence. Yes. They put them in the vehicle and took them physically at the airport. So what is stopping the arrest of these people that took the drugs? The reason why we're asking this is we are aware how DA moves to communities. Where is suspected of having marijuana, those small drugs, and you raid the communities with no notice, with no court warrant. You move on the communities in our communities and put these people that are victims of the people you are shooting.
Senator, that's a great allegation, sir. That's a great allegation.
Please don't argue with me. I'm speaking.
Senator,
if I feel you have the right to come back to me, thank you. The people you seem to be shielding. Say they will hold me up, correct myself. Yeah, people that you seem to be shielding. And the victims, the actual victims, our children that are suffering are victims of these people are the ones you raiding in communities. Go to post static. Go to jail. You see how many young people there? Simply because somebody brought this and they are addicted to it. And they are languishing in prison. Now the people that brought the drugs, you want to take your time because of this. That is why the legislature made this law non-bailable. It gives you the latitude, arrest these people, and you take your own time to do your investigation. It's like a murder. If you see somebody killing you, and the person is, you will say, okay, let me go find out what the intention, what it is, had the right intention before you arrest somebody to killing.
New doctrine.
Let me go to a related question. Actually, why there seems to be some preferential treatment for some of these, especially in this case. For example, Paul King. You just told this body that Paul King is the one who has the residence where the drugs were sold, where the drugs were picked up and taken to the airport. And Paul King he will report to your station in the morning, I'm here. He goes back to his business or some other business. Why is he getting some preferential treatment? You are. Let me go further. People, you arrest at the border of Sierra Leone border. Is that what you do to them? If you go to the communities, is that what you do to our people, our children? Why do you do that? Why there seems to be a preferential treatment for these people in this particular case? Ask you why?
Honorable Senator, thank you. First and foremost, we're not shielding anybody. And if it may look like that to you, but let me just confirm it that we're not shielding anybody. And if I do see a crime happening, the plain view doctrine, I will make an arrest immediately. So that's not something that I will say, oh, I'll be a warrant to arrest. However, what you're talking about being preferential treatment, Mr. King is not being treated any different from anybody else who's in this investigation at this point in time. Senator, it's difficult that I got to keep saying this over and over. This thing, if we rush it I wish the way how you explain it, you made it so simple and easy. I will tell you the whole, you made it so clear. You made it very clear, simple, easy. I will tell you the whole pork in here he will pass a drug to the court, and then tell you what explain to the judge. I said, he and the man how got to carry the drug from. He don't want carrying it to the airport, and he don't want to get to the court to carry it, and they accepted it and just process it. If we do that, they will throw it up. They will throw it up.
Who will throw it out?
The court will throw it out.
Who? Which court?
The court.
Okay. I'll come in. Justice Minister, we invited Justice Minister, please come in here. Madam Acting Minister,
The two senators speak if Senator Brown the flow to interact.
Madam Minister,
No.
can you tell the IG and tell this body why do you think the framers of this law made it non-bailable? Why is the implication? Question.
Well, crimes that are non-bailable under our law, because we do have people that are in detention for being charged with crimes that are non-bailable. It gives the prosecutor.
They bring the microphone close to you.
You can hear me? You better? Okay. Crimes that are non-bailable, it gives the state, the prosecutor, Ministry of Justice, the opportunity to prosecute them. It depends on the degree of the offense.
So it gives them. If it is non-bailable, the state can effect arrest, and while that person is in the custody of the state can conduct investigation. Am I right?
Correct.
So why are we not doing it in this case?
Honorable Senator.
That's why I said preferential treatment, because the law gives you coverage. It is not like the 24 hours deadline, 48 hours that you have. You charge, and you can continue with the investigation. Is non-bailable. So why?
Honorable Senator, the Ministry of Justice working on this case, it was delegated to National Joint Security Investigation. So it's not just the police and national security, other national security.
Can we get another view on our law, senators, on the non-bailable aspect? I think it's yeah, we want to get. Senator Brown will come back to you. Let's get more on that. Senator Taylor, you want to speak to that? We have to make that clear.
If I'm given an opportunity,
Madam Minister, Madam Pro Tem, distinguished colleagues, the issue about a crime being non-bailable is to give.
Use your microphone.
The non-bailable issue. Arrest is not normally the first thing to do, unless there's a culpable cause. Senator Brown issue here, Madam Pro Tem and distinguished colleagues, there's a probable cause established already. You got drug, cocaine. You know the warehouse they came from. You know the carrier. If they can't say who it for, then it's for them. Prosecute them.
Still, you get the answers that you're looking for. But you don't have the person loose in the streets, in your house, in the night, interacting, destroying evidence. Why is it why do we, Madam Minister, what is the level of your supervision over the police in this matter? Because you should guide the police. You should guide the civilians. So why? You are the chair.
Honorable Senator, as the IG mentioned previously, we've had instances of 100 million worth of drugs in Liberia.
Madam Minister should tell us clearly whether in this case, in this instance, these suspects should be arrested in accordance with the law in accordance with the drug law that says it should not be bailable.
Thank you, Madam.
You have to tell us clearly. You are here as a justice minister.
Thank you, Honorable Senators. What I was saying is that we've had instances of 100 million worth of drugs in Liberia. We've also had instances of 50 million, and now we have instances of 19 million. What we want to do is to ensure, because the investigation is going on.
Should the suspects be arrested by now? In accordance with that law, we want you to tell us exactly what should be the case. In accordance with that law.
Honorable Protect Women.
To be under custody while they're being investigated. That is the question I want the minister to answer. The ministry to answer. You represent the Ministry of Justice.
Honorable Senators, we're begging for a little bit time. When we came earlier.
No, my minister.
Yes.
Order,
Madam
Minister.
Yeah.
Order,
Madam
Minister.
Yes.
Madam Minister, I was not doing ABC thing with you, but I first asked each of you to tell us why you know the magnitude of being under oath and perjury. Because the hearing doesn't end here. Testimonies given here are then noted to determine whether you fully went by being under oath. The question the protest asked and our colleagues asking, as the acting Attorney General of Liberia, the simple thing is, if you arrest somebody for the 8 hours to not pass, you should charge them to court. Even on a bailable offense or non-bailable offense, once you arrest somebody, you must be prepared to charge them. You can arrest people because it's not bailable, then you keep on investigating because after 48 hours, somebody can find habeas corpus. But in this instance, let me repeat, in as much as this matter is not bailable, in as much as we want you to do your professional job, you got a reason to be here. Because you have the drug, the FOC. You have the place of discovery where it was, where it came from. You can't tell me that you don't have probable cause to arrest. The people are not denying, but they don't want to tell you who it for, where it's coming from. They need it for them. Charge them to court. Let me see which court will put it outside. If I ask you that you're talking, you need to stop it.
All right, let me move on. Let me move on, protest. Here's why one of our colleagues.
Yeah, continue to
Yeah, thank you, protest. Here's why one of our colleagues said nothing will come out of the case, but I think we are determined that we have to pursue this matter until something comes from out of it. Because, as I said, the opponent spoke yesterday, and that is part of it. All of us are affected by this drug trade. Our families are shattered. Our young people. So let me continue. RJ, in your previous statement, you alluded to leaks in an investigation. Why do you think the leaks are happening? Why do you think so?
Well, that's why we're investigating, the motive of the officers who are involved with this particular leaking issue to be able to determine why it is happening. And Senator,
and these officers are some of them are members of they are the different security forces, right?
Yeah. All the leaks came from when it initially started at the LDA before it was elevated to National Joint Security Investigation. Senator, a key thing here. Why would we protect somebody against everything that you all have reposed confidence in us to do? You, in your wisdom in carving this law, you put a key component, which is knowingly. I can see him with this particular drug. I can see him with it. My thing to prove whether this drug belongs to him is to investigate whether he knowingly. That's a key thing. Do you want us to just arrest for 20 days and let the network continue to operate? Our intent is to dismantle this entire network. And until we get the best to get together to battle against, we will not be able to dismantle it.
All right. Let me go on for that. I have done. Police.
All right. Let's settle down. Senators.
I ask you to take note, and all of you
Senators.
to take note that the public is listening. Our young people are watching. The citizens are watching. We are national leaders. We have taken oath to fight this crime. The president has spoken about this severally.
Can I share the story of Emmanuel Zion with you, with the boy who took the drugs to the airport? I think it will be very important for this hearing. Emmanuel is a college student. He goes to university. The guy who works at EHS uses this kid every now and then when they have packets to pick up, just to go pick up stuff. He makes a little $20, $30 here and there. All he does, we have a package at this location. He goes, he picks it up, check out a taxi, put it in the pay for the taxi, pay him $20, $30, he takes it to the airport. He goes back and forth. When this was discovered, we called him. He willingly went back to the airport. He went to the airport. When they said they needed to open it, he used his key and helped them to open it. When they opened the stuff and they saw what it was, the kid got afraid. He may have run away, but eventually he turned around and came back. Should we just charge that kid who was a nobody in all of this and leave those?
So,
All right. Let me continue.
Mr. Aji. Distinguished Senator, distinguished Senator, I think there is a very important point in this hearing. If we reach to the point where we will say the aspect of that law that says that people should be arrested based on the non-billable aspect, it has to be interpreted. It has to be interpreted because in that case, if these people should be arrested while they're being investigated, then that has to be done. And the Senate can take a position on that. That's why I keep asking for the interpretation. And that's why we keep asking the acting Minister of Justice, the Senate can take a clear position on that, that if that's what the law says, then the Joint Security must take that action.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's what the law says. The Joint Security must take that action and have those suspects arrested because that's how it's done with rape cases. Yeah. That's how it's done with rape cases. You do the arrest before the investigation. That's what they say non-billable. Yeah. Senator Taylor, we're here from the Senator Taylor, Senator Jana, who is a lawyer. Senator Tyler is a lawyer. We're here for them.
Can I say something?
After him, Joseph and Young. The list is in the proper order. So after Senator Brown, Senator Joseph, and Senator Young, and for now we hear from senators who have legal minds to advise us on this aspect.
But our protest,
yeah,
the non-billable law comes into effect when the president is charged.
Okay.
They are not being charged. I think what Senator Brown is saying, charge is to go. Then
Okay, so that's a clarity. All right, so if they are not charged, then we cannot insist that they be arrested. They have to be charged. Okay, then we'll see. All right. So what we are pushing is for them to have them charged.
Yes, we want to protest. We want to be careful. Protest. Yes. Yes, there is public, and we should be careful with misinformation.
So that's why we are asking senators with legal minds.
Thank you.
And it's already clear that once they are not charged, they will not be arrested.
No,
Let me continue protest.
You must have probable cause to arrest people.
And
when they are arrested under a charge that is not bailable, once they are arrested, you get 48 hours, you charge them to court, they're not bailable.
yeah,
That bail issue is at the court. But you don't reach at the court if you don't charge them. You don't charge them if you don't investigate. You don't, and you don't arrest them if there is no probable cause. We are insisting here, there is probable cause. There is embassy of the drug, there's a place of storage, there's knowledge of who was storing it. If a person can say who gave to them the story, it's for them. The RGD and the drug security cannot tell us no probable cause to arrest anybody. They must not do that.
that's the issue. And we're telling them also not to treat this case.
All right, so let's keep that for the motion. Let's keep that for the motion. And then most senators have to speak.
And you
Senator Brown, you talk?
I'm almost done protesting.
All right, let's keep that for the motion.
The king, it was reported, it was also reported in the media, in the papers, that prior to the seizure of the 19 plus million, there was another consignment that was already shipped around 10 million. Can you confirm or deny this, please?
Confirm that, sir. Especially with the amount attached to it. We know that there was a similar shipment, same packaging. There was a similar shipment, same packaging that was shipped before.
Now, investigating, or have you let it slide? Are you investigating the prior shipment? The news of the prior shipment?
Senator, this is what the investigation is. Because, I mean, the same actors in our warehouse, they have not changed. So yes,
So it came from the same warehouse?
That's the cargo handling place. Any cargo that the ship will go through there, whether human remains, precious cargo.
And we're still doing investigation with both now let me go to the DAOIC. Honorable OIC, is it true that you resigned or attempted to resign? It was speculated in the papers. We saw some letters circulating. Do you care to clarify whether you resigned or you attempted to resign as quasi of the DA?
Honorable Senator, that information is fake. Officially, yes. Put on my Facebook page and also the institution make an official statement.
All right, Senator Sir Joseph, followed by Senator Yatwayan.
Thank you, Madam Protein and colleagues. While we are with the RG, LDA Director.
Senator, permit me to take charge for a few minutes.
How many men do you have at the airport?
At the Broward International Airport, we have the deployment of over 14 officers.
And what's the operations like? Do they have
They run specific areas that they can go to? Are they also
in charge of entering the GLS warehouse?
The officers at the Broward International Airport run the operational shift. and they have access to all areas around international airport.
Was any tip given you on previous packages that left the country?
No, sir.
Since you got the information, have you asked your men?
Can you repeat, sir?
Since you got the information of previous packages as such, have been arrested, have you asked your men whether they got any tip and what were their responsibility, what were they doing?
Since we made the arrest on June 8th, I have not asked my team on information on previous shipment of that same category. Is that the question, sir?
Yes.
It's all part of the broader investigation that is ongoing, sir. Yes, I have done it.
You have asked them, were they present and they also allowed those packages to go?
There are operational challenges at the airport, and they are all part of the investigation that's ongoing, sir.
What's the limitation at the airport? You have previously asked that. What's the operation challenge you're talking about?
So, information available to us today is at the screening warehouse. The RI security is the only security that is present at the screening. So when they are foreign image identified, then they call the regulatory institution, for example, the DVA will be called, but they are not present at the screening.
Why?
Like what I said, it's an operational challenge and it's all part of the broader investigation, sir.
Okay. Do you know of any worker at the airport named Riverset? Is someone named Riverset?
Yes, sir.
Where is he?
Riverset with the investigation team.
That is me. Where? This fellow is part of the investigation, as you stated, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you spoken to him?
Yes, sir.
Is he safe?
Safe. I can guarantee that he's safe, sir.
What was his responsibility at the airport?
He's a airport security supervisor.
You were placed on an oath. Are you aware of the activities of the GLS? Some of the activities with Mercy?
I don't have prior information on the GLS operational activities, but the investigations is giving me some insight of their operational activities in Liberia.
Where's the office of EHS?
EHS office is on the Labasi, sorry.
What's the responsibility of Mr. Porkin to GLS?
The previous said GLS Porkin is a shareholder, also operational manager for GLS, as far as the investigation are established.
Are you aware that Mercy is in partnership and they are from the UK, and most of the packages are going to the UK, and Mercy is from the UK and in partnership with GLS?
We are part of the broader investigations that we are establishing, sir.
What have you established?
We are establishing, we are not yet establishing. So we are still investigating that connection that I just said earlier. These are broader investigations. We are establishing that.
No, Director, they have an agreement. There's nothing to be established. They have an agreement. GSL have an agreement with Mercy. Mercy is from the UK. So how is it you're going to establish that? You haven't been able to ask those questions? You haven't requested for those documents?
Senator, is like we said, this investigations is one comment I want to make earlier was the comment that came from the distinguished senator from Grand Crew County. He elaborated on the previous 100, 50, and then 19. And our interest is not just to make the arrest.
I'm not talking about arrest. You and I having conversation, not arrest. We have not gone to arrest. I'm asking you about Messi relationship to GLS and the packages going to the UK where Messi is from. With those packages leaving, they are in charge of the hindering charges of the activities at the airport.
Yeah.
That's my question I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Because, you listen to my point. You have Mr. King, who worked for GLS. And Messi partnered with GLS. And the packages going to the UK, and Messi is from the UK. That's my point that you say he's still trying to establish.
Honorable Senator, investigation is a process.
Senator, can I give you a little information on that? So at the Roberts International Airport, off by Menzies. Menzies is an international company that runs hundreds of airports around the world, including London Heathrow. GLS Menzies is a sister company that handles the cargo side of it. So when the cargo is delivered at the airport, the facility there that has customs and it has also the RIA security, that's the GLS Menzies facility.
GLS signed an agreement with Messi from the UK.
Yeah. Yes.
So they have a GLS. GLS have a conception with the government of Liberia. The GSL contracted Messi from the UK to partner with them to operate at the airport. The packages are going to the UK from Liberia. The packages left Mr. Paul King House, who is the operation manager for GLS. True or false?
That's exactly what I said here earlier. But if you want me to throw more light on it, I can do so. So, you see, that's the reason why this investigation is not like everything else that we've always done. There is a likely possibility, looking at what the contract is, what's the operating procedures of all of these companies and everything, beyond just charging individuals, there could be companies that could be indicted as well. But you have to be able to investigate these things properly. Did Mr. King act as an individual, or did Mr. King act in his capacity as GLS operation manager? Mr. King is claiming that he acted in a personal capacity. So we're investigating between that of Mr. King's words.
Sir, excuse me, Mr. Aji, there's no way we allow him to act as an individual.
No, Chief, it's not about us allowing him to act as an individual. It's about establishing it, because at this point in
he
time,
is the operation manager and the shareholder. This is why the packages left his house. Packages are picked up from his house. So no other packages left his house because he called EHS to come and pick up the packages, because he acted as an operation manager and a shareholder. That's why he was respected.
okay, let me tell you where we are with the investigation right now in line with that. Let me tell you, let me put this out there.
Put it out.
GLS, how long have you been doing business with EHS? 2024, 2025, 2026. GLS claims they have not been doing work in customer for a while. We are not saying that GLS showed proof as to how you've been paying, you've been acting with Mr. King, with Mr. Abla. Mr. Abla is ready, and he said they've been paying me cash through or from day one straight to now. So we asked them to show proof if there's been any different way that GLS had operated with him that will be different from how Paul King has been operating with him. So these are the kind of things that we're trying to differentiate before before you indict the company or that person. You can just get exhaust all of these things. Nobody's seeing anybody here. I want to put my career on the line for somebody, and these people will look, the church will fall exactly where it may. Everybody who's comfortable in this particular thing will be charged.
Mr. Aji, no one is, I think that you steering anyone. That's not what we say. We are looking at the responsibility of GLS and Messi. Part of their responsibility is supply chain security at the airport. They control the CCTV camera at the airport. All handerings, goods coming in, they are in charge. The operation manager, the shareholder, is the one that gave the authority of the drugs to be picked up to take to the airport.
Okay, so Chief, let's make a distinction here with that. Mr. Paul King is operations manager for GLS as it is a company. When it comes to the operation of GLS Menzies at the airport, their whole operation.
No, he's a shareholder.
He is a shareholder in GLS.
So he's part of this.
Yes.
The government of Liberia knows GLS, but then they have a joint venture.
Yes.
They are now in partnership with Messi from the UK.
Yes.
So they are in collaboration.
Yes.
They bear same responsibility.
Okay, and that is why we call Menzies in. Menzies, what is your collaboration with this company? What role does GLS play in this? Menzies says, when it comes to our operation, because we are the expert in cargo handling, as far as aircraft safety and everything is concerned, we run the operations of the business. They have people on the financier side. Look, these are all of the things that we try.
Messi is not limited to just a few things. Messi handle the cargo directly.
Yes.
They take care of security. They take care of the both cargoes going in and coming out. Messi handle that. That's why they were contracted, because GSL don't have the capacity. So my point to you, you went to the UK and you came back. You met them, right?
I didn't meet with Messi. I didn't go to meet Messi. I went straight to government relationship.
Okay, the Scottish government, right?
No.
Who?
The British government.
The British government. Was there any issue discussed about Messi that you have a company from your country that is taking care of these activities in the country, in our country, and this is what have happened? Did you reach out to them in this manner?
Sir, our discussion is classified, sir.
Can you speak to this Bali fully, because we are the people representative? This is another branch of government. We are senators. We need to get every information from you. How do we answer questions outside there?
Well, Senator, you're the people's representative, but in this case, you're talking to me in front of all of the people.
What's your suggestion?
I don't have any suggestion. It's just classified at this point in time.
Even us? It's classified information from us?
Yes, sir.
It's being broadcasted.
Well, Senator, as much as I can say, sir, that will not compromise the integrity of the relationship being built between the NCA and the Liberia National Police, sir.
The information you have is the people's intellectual property. No.
Well, the intellectual property of the
people. By in the UK nationality. What is his nationality? Ba.
Who? Ba?
The person in the UK that Ali Ba.
Usman Ali?
Yeah.
Is believed to be a Brit, based on what we've established with the address and other open source information that we have. But these are the kind of things that we're waiting for positive response from our international partners for support on that. But we've been able to gather a lot on him as a real person. Look, there's no way you'll consign something to someone in the UK that will not have a government issue ID in our name. That even to go pick it up, it has to be a real person with a real ID. So we're just asking them at this point in time to see how they can identify his whereabouts, so we can see how we can get him extradited to Liberia.
Have you checked at Mr. King residence whether you have more goods to send to the UK?
Yeah, Senator, well, we didn't go session whether he have work rules. We then went to session to make sure that we didn't find anything of concerns to the investigation, sir.
Can we link the present 19 million case with previous drugs that have came to the country, the 50 million, the 100 million? Can we say these are the same source of where they came from?
I cannot say that at this point in time, but that's what we're investigating.
What are some of the shipments? Do you have any information, previous information, on where the 50 or the 100 million drugs came from?
Senator, by then I was running a non-governmental organization and I have absolutely no idea.
There's no record. Maybe you have there's no note?
It wasn't in the note when I got it.
Have you asked questions?
Well, with this investigation, that's part of what we're exploring as to where that came from. And we can rely on just what we saw there because the way we're through water court, we have to be able to verify all of these sources as they say what the claims are before I can sit there and put my neck on the line and say it came from John Brown country.
Thank you, Mr. President. Madam President, sir.
Senator Yanfuan.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Many thanks to the joint security members who are here, taking their precious time to come and answer to the people's representative. I'd just like to start by asking whether anyone here was part of the $100 million drug investigation in the past. Just for the record. Or anybody who was in the security sector when the $100 million drug bust was discovered. Anyone, please? Yeah, even if regime change, I just want to know whether somebody, one of them or a few of them.
Some people were here were in the government, but they were not part of the investigation.
So there's no one here that was close to that investigation. Because I'm trying to establish a pattern. Because these people were taken to court. And I will ask the Justice Ministry, from your desk review, what happened to that case? The $100 million now.
Well, when the $100 million case was before the court, I wasn't at the Ministry of Justice at that time. So what I heard was that there wasn't sufficient evidence to move forward with the case.
Were they found guilty or the case was dismissed for lack of sufficient evidence?
They were not found guilty, no. The case was dismissed on that basis.
The reason I'm asking Mr. IG is I want to know whether the longevity of this investigation has anything to do with the precedence of the lack of evidence there of the $100 million drug bust.
Honorable Senator, thank you ever so much for such a brilliant question. We study history to avoid mistakes of the past. There are a lot of lapses, missteps, be it intentional or unintentional, based on capacity that we have seen that caused that case to have not been prosecuted. Based on everything we've seen, there were intentional missteps. So we are working at this point in time, looking at all of the mistakes. Yes, it can be, because if you train in a certain area, there's certain things that you just, as a trained investigator at that level, there's certain things that you're just not supposed to mix in preparing a case to send to court. You've got to be able to make sure that what you're sending survives judicial scrutiny.
So, Mr. Haji, having said that, I really like that because we don't want a case, a repeat of this case, such that every T should be crossed and every R dotted. In so far as I'm saying that, how long will it take for us to close the investigation finally?
Honorable Senator, we're looking at within the next few days. Hopefully, between now to the end of the week, we should have people charged and filed to court.
Yeah, because Mr. ID, that should be done, because what you have been getting for the last 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks, I don't think you can get it in the
Senator, it's any our investigation, because that's exactly the conclusion that we've come to be able to move forward with this. And definitely, within the next few days, it will be before the court.
The allowance you also have is that there are possibility while the case is ongoing, there could be additional people or institution charged and brought forward, right?
Exactly, sir.
So that is an allowance for you. So we will have to do that, because we ourselves are trying to answer the question now. They're almost looking at it as a whole national, syndicate about this case, and it's just bad for PR. And the DEA, do you have equipment that screen luggage at the airport for drug?
As of today, 0.
Why?
We made a deficit in this budget year. We have a funding commitment.
Did you?
Process is
What is the budget of the DEA?
This year we have $7.5 million budget.
And how much you got in operation or equipment?
For operations, for the procurement activity, for example, more equipment we have. I can't say the figure all right now. We have funding for procurement of more equipment.
And where are they?
Honorable Senator, can we tell you about the capacity improvement in subsequent briefings? Because if we start to disclose it right now, definitely.
Mr. Adi, this is shocking to me that we actually fighting the war on drugs with bare hands and just relying on mere suspicion. Oh, the man here, you know that you got something in bed. Come here.
But Senator,
yeah,
does he even have an office in the airport?
Why? Who's stopping the DA from having an office in the airport?
These are all the lapses now that we are seeing from this particular issue.
I don't have a problem with my question one day I answer.
So, you can refer to whoever you want.
Yeah, you can refer anytime Mr. DA boss. How much do you have in the current budget for equipment? And what is stopping you from buying those equipment?
Senator, I said I can't give the figure all rightly, but they are funding in the budget for equipment. I can name some of the equipment, and the procurement process is ongoing currently.
I'm coming. This budget that we approved for this year that have gone 6 months now, you have money in the budget for equipment that you don't have.
Yeah, but the procurement process is ongoing.
What is the procurement process?
So most of the equipment is not in country, so that we do overseas procurement. Like the scanner, the full body scanner, the baggage scanner.
It's been 6 months since the budget was passed. And don't tell me that the PPCC, you bidding, you doing that, you could ref for no objection. And those are the reasons why there's allowance in the PPCC law for these kind of things. These kind of highly, needed equipment for fighting drug use. That's why we put no objection in the law. It should be like, since February, you get it. You put somebody on the plane, you ask for no objection, put somebody on the plane, go and get a thing and put it on the plane and bring it. So I don't know. So explain that process to me. Because this is the larger problem we're dealing with here. If we deal with the $100 million, the $19 million drug issue, people get charged, go to court. I know your job is done. But what happens? There are more than we don't know if we don't have the equipment to fight it. So I want you to tell this Senate what is holding the procurement process. Don't tell me they are far away. Plane flying in Europe and America every day is there where you want to get it from. And I know they're sitting somewhere or they can be manufactured within a month.
What is the status of the procurement process and the equipment you're getting? You have the equipment for the airport included?
Yeah, we are getting baggage scanner, full body scanners.
Okay, what is the status
of
the process?
The current status is we we are about signing contract with the vendor. At the current time.
Mr. Adidara, I want to the joint security here. Every one of you doing your best, sleepless nights to make sure that we are safe. And part of what is polluting our country is the drug. I want the joint security to take this matter seriously. Just as you people elevated this whole case to a joint security level, you people should raise this equipment level at that level. Because it is serious. If we don't have scanners on the airport, then what are we doing? What are we fighting? Do you have sniffing dogs? Do you have trained dogs to sniff drugs? Why not?
So if this morning was discussing.
No, but I have to ask. It's not like been to the airport. You could have them in a room, you know, where before the bed get on the plane and they're doing a job there. So I can just conclude that we don't have some. And if we don't, why don't we have them?
We don't have civil dogs, canine units, even for Liberia as a country, we don't have it. So it's part of the federal plan to have canine units for the security sector.
Madam President, these are equipment and help that really fighting drugs in the Western world. Everyone already have trouble. If you on the line, you got these sniffer dogs that will get past, and they are trained to do this job. So we should also look at that. Justice Ministry. Why was Michael Brown signed for?
The Liberian Senate, please protect Senator Yato.
Why was Michael Brown signed for by a lawyer from the court?
It was actually signed for from the police station and not to the court because the case hasn't been forwarded to court yet.
Mr. Aji, you said Michael Brown was taken to court and was signed for from the court, and the court, the prosecution arm is telling us that no, the case didn't reach the court.
The minister is acting instead of the AG, but she's not versed with past stuff. This case about Michael.
She didn't mean for words.
No.
She's very clear.
So there are two cases. The case of Michael Brown that he was signed for from the court was a case about a year plus ago.
Okay.
It was a different case. He was forwarded to court, and then from the court that's how he was released.
I thought it was in the.
Madam Minister, I'm talking about the previous case.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want this whole thing, I don't know about it. If you take over Michael Brown by now should be heavily profiled by the Ministry of Justice by now.
I'm sorry, Senator, what I heard, because Michael Brown is involved in two cases. The first case when he was
signed from the court.
Yes, and this
I take it there somewhere. Yeah, so I just need to know, why was he signed for by the lawyer from the court?
That is a decision that was made by the court. And the court has the authority to do anything in that instance, and they made that decision.
Let me ask you, madam, are you aware that Justice Ministry as a prosecutorial arm of government can charge a judge and prosecute them? Do you know that? I'm just asking you, are you aware that you are capable to charge a judge and prosecute them?
I know the judge can be taken upstairs to the Supreme Court if there is misconduct.
Madam, that's not my question. Are you aware? Can you prosecute a judge?
If the judge is involved criminally, yes.
Okay. So why was Michael Brown released by a judge and the prosecution arm of government has not yet made any move? The reason I'm saying that you people making the law enforcement job harder. The recycle criminals in our jurisprudence is too many. So I need to know. The same Michael Brown came back now with, maybe the other drug was small, he came back now with 19 million. Who knows next? Now he's alive. So we need to know from the Ministry of Justice. Because once the police charge someone and send them to the court, you take over. You are the prosecutor. You're supposed to be liaising with the court. And what I see here that's happening between the justice ministry and the court does anything it wants in this country without the prosecutor following up on anything. Explain that to me, please. Because
Honorable Senator, when a person is charged criminally, the person goes before the court. The court makes a determination whether the person is guilty or the person is innocent. All Ministry of Justice can do is to provide the pieces of evidence to tell the court, this is what we have, we think it's sufficient enough for you to convict this person. And if the court, whether it's bench trial or jury trial, says that we don't think you have sufficient to convict this person,
that was not the case with Margaret Brown. Don't lecture me about that. I know the process. I know the process, so please don't lecture me about that. Tell me why was Margaret Brown released? And if so, I want the Senate to be on record for the Senate to consider, Madam Pro Tem, that we do an extra hearing about, the prosecutorial role of the Ministry of Justice and the recycled criminals that we have because it's very, very serious. And what really happened to Margaret Brown and who released Margaret Brown, there should be an inquiry to know exactly how Margaret Brown was released.
Senator, you are correct.
Because drugs can really fight back. We know how they fight back through money. And we're not sitting here and pretend about it that Margaret Brown was just one sacred cow that just walked out of jail. No. Somebody released him based on something.
Honorable Senator, you are correct at this stage.
Yeah.
There is not sufficient, or there's not much that I can say concerning Margaret Brown, but as it has come up, that is something that we're going to consider as the ministry and bring the information forward.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem, Madam Pro Tem, Madam Pro Tem, I have no further question, but again, I would like to repeat my point that there should be an inquiry about how Margaret Brown got out of jail, who was the judge, who was the prosecutor, so that we can get to the bottom of it. Because this is the same guy who got us here today, in fact.
So that point is accepted, and we ask the Judiciary Committee to start that investigation. The Judiciary Committee, please take note. To start that investigation, we'll also ask the Joint Committee on Ways, Means and Finance and Security and Defense to work with the DEA boss to push the issue of the equipment. So we can make sure, because as much as we are here to hold the Joint Security accountable, we're also here to find some solutions to make sure that the aspect of the equipment is treated as an emergency, so we have it in the country as soon as possible. Senator Bani, followed by Senator Jonathan Sokwe.
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. IG, when I was in grade school, when I was at the technical college in Kipambas in the late 80s, there was a case involving a Liberian government official who traveled to the United States with drugs contained in his suitcase. And it is believed that he unknowingly, which is understandable when people traveling to give them things, it is believed that he unknowingly conveyed the parcel to the States. And the security held him responsible. Negligence will not be excused. Negligence, ignorance will not be excused. We are at the point where the citizenry, and some of us, I included, believe that it's inconceivable that $20 million worth of drugs will transit through Liberia.
Bonnie, get closer to the microphone. If that's important.
Thank you. I'm saying we in this country, to a large extent, believe in simple words that people at the highest level of government are positioned to easily move drugs through the country. Because it's inconceivable that somebody whose business is drugs or dealing in drugs in Europe or in Asia or in South America will send a drug to Liberia without getting assurances from people in high places. It's inconceivable.
Right.
I mean, if you were involved in it, you would not send your $20 million worth of business to Liberia depending on one ordinary man at the airport. It's inconceivable. No. Nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Because it means that you're not involved in the business. You will not take that kind of risk. It's inconceivable that people would do that. So the perception, which is well funded, is that people in high places, given the magnitude of the amount involved, must be contacted to provide safe passage for this. Do any of you before us disagree with this logic? Do any of you disagree with this concept, this logic? Do any of you disagree? Huh? So in other words, you and the people in the country think the same way.
Well, Honorable Senator,
yeah.
Definitely when I read the opening remark, I did mention state and non-state actors.
Okay.
So definitely, your logic is 100% correct.
Okay.
And that is why this investigation has to be thorough.
Yes.
To be able to get to whatever the chip falls.
I agree. So firstly, let me say to you, by that logic, the country expects big heads to rule, and not just the ordinary people in the street. Do we agree? So you have huge responsibility, and public confidence is important. Why it is important that you are meticulous in your acquisition of pieces of evidence, you also do not want to erode public trust. And that's the reason why the lawmakers, to give you the room, legislated the law that provides that you should proceed with charging suspects. Let the court be the one to do that. Then you instill trust and confidence, because you are operating from the backdrop of a mindset already. You have a mindset. So you have an individual, whether he's an agent or he's the principal, who decides to take whatsoever was conveyed to him to his house, completely separate from his business place. If that is not a probable cause, then what else is a probable
probable cause. If that is not a probable cause, I mean, even if they were at the office, he has minimally some responsibility, minimum. But in this case, as opposed to the parcel being kept at his place of work, the facility of the entity, it was found at his personal property. That does not necessarily suggest he knew I was in it, but that alone is a probable cause for charge. That's the reason why I mentioned the story of the lawmaker who was arrested and prosecuted. You have a cause. We cannot tell you, Mr. ID or Minister of Justice, go to charge. That's not within our responsibility to do. But from the questioning, the public will see through your action and develop a perception. And that is not good, in my opinion, for you. Because when the perception is that you are cheating people, nothing you say matters anymore. Nothing matters anymore. Then the country is inching towards chaos. So for the sanctity of the country, you have a responsibility to charge the individuals. Let them get the lawyers, and let the lawyers go and free them. When we believe that the judge, like Nyan said, operated outside of his term of reference, we have a responsibility as a legislature. Yeah. Then when the checks and balance come in. So I would think, given what we are against, as much as you decide to be meticulous, that negligence, whether it was negligence or it was intentional, to have just taken those things to his house, irrespective of who took it there, is basis for charging him, in my opinion. And I mean, even if you decide to do further investigation, I mean, let him understand. He will go there and prove that, no, he won't hold it against you personally, but the country comes first. We have to do that. And that would be my intervention on the issue of charges. You need to charge those people. You have the basis to do that. Let them go and exonerate themselves, because you got to instill public trust. The belief is that the time you are taking to do meticulous work is being designed to craftily shield other people. I don't believe that's the case. But the way the perception is leading. And when you get the perception to arrive there, anything you say doesn't make sense again. So I don't want you to do that. On the issue of the DEA, we understand the challenges. And when I hear my colleagues talk about, you need all of the sophisticated equipment at the airport, the people will just laugh at us. Because you have several bullet points around the country. Say, okay, since they have told us this is where they're going to put all the cameras and all the dogs. Some people say certain tribes shouldn't be there for using dogs. But the thing is, we're not just talking about RIA. I'm a man, don't. The thing is, we are not just talking about RIA. We are talking about several bullet points. And so we'll always need to equip you. But my concern
is that the same perception issue. You know, on this earth, we are made to believe and we seem to accept that the country most renowned for upholding human rights is America. At least that's what we are made to believe, or at least that's what we believe. They respect the rights of the citizens and the citizens of other people within their borders. The laws are there, but they have decided they have to give the perception or make the people to know that they are extremely serious about drugs. To the extent, just on the basis of suspicion, they fire at people on the water and kill them. Just on the basis of suspicion. So they are not better placed to tell us anything if we decide to go with full force. We have to do that. You have to give the perception to ordinary people in the country, not just by your car moving back and forth, that you are serious. And thus far, we haven't got that impression about you. If you arrest cars and you decide, you know what happened? In line with the law, this is what I'm going to do with the car, let them go to court. That's not your place to say, oh, maybe the driver didn't know. What that does is that it conscientizes every driver or car owner to be more mindful, because you can be everywhere. So it is that lesson that you will send. Just driving around, and that is not to suggest you're not doing your work. But the country hasn't got that sense yet. Because we want to see people who have vehicles conveying these things crying. Then we say you are working. If the car is just parked and then the next day, so you sell the car, you take the car, you sell the car, you can rest the car and sell it. Then go to court and say they will sue the government to replenish the money for the car. They don't do that. Once you do it 4, 5, 6, 7 cars, then you return. You see it? If you are concerned about the rights of the driver, the rights of the car, the rights of everybody, yeah, they got a right, but they got recourse under the law. So you have, in my opinion, you have to act. The Americans, you know, I'm from, I was never part of the NPFL, but I'm from the NPB background. Yeah, I'm from the NPB background. No, that is the difference. The NPB are the political people. I was never part of NPFL. But in Liberia, after Charles Taylor took over, we have more arms in the country than ever before in our history. But the way they move on armed robbers alone was sufficient to deter armed robbers. We have more arms in the country than any time in our country's history when he took over. And he said the same thing they're doing with firing people on the ocean, arresting presidents. He said we will act, they go to court. So you have to act. You can't be afraid to act. The people will overwhelm us because they are a very powerful group of people. You have to act. So, Mr. DA, you and your people, we ain't got a sense that all the pickups, that nothing. We want to see you, let the whole country realize that, no, it's risky for you to, anybody you put in your car, you got to know what you're doing. Anybody you put in your car, anybody bringing goods, you got to know what you're doing. Nobody going to arrest my car here and sell it. As long as you arrest the car, it's proving you said it 2, 3 times, no trouble. We allow that. So my opinion is the country has a perception and you people have to change that perception or else the fight is lost. I stop here.
Thank you, Senator Bannon. Any comment or response to that?
Yes, sir. Honorable Senator, thank you ever so much. I think your point is well taken. The analogy you gave here has been even used in our investigation as well, and with specific reference to culpability on this particular issue. So you are on the money 100%. I know there's been concerns about the rape law and that probable cause lead to arrest. When we investigate a rape issue, the first instance of probable cause will make arrest immediately. In a transnational criminal investigation, arrest is not the first thing that we do unless there's operational imperative. And what does that mean? It means that if there are actions that could materially damage the investigation or threat to public safety, then we come in and arrest immediately or temper with a successful prosecution. In this case, waiting, apart from the public sentiment and everything, in order to have a proper and successful prosecution, this particular time in interval that we've asked for, that we say pronounce it over the week, you will definitely hear from us. We are just trying to make sure we do what is right. It's not arrest in the first instance. And I would encourage the small senators, you entrusted us, you as a matter of fact, stand here and approve us, confirm us, because you believe in our ability. We'll not let you down. What we're doing, we're following it based on the dictates. If you go and check transnational criminal investigation, especially with narcotics, it will tell you that. So I beg you all, we're looking at the next few days, definitely there will be arrests made. But I beg you, just give all that time.
So you're asking for less than 1 week?
Yeah, less than a week.
Less than 1 week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Less than a week. Well, I'm just representing.
He's speaking for the joint security. No objection to that. So that means that before they said next week, before next week Friday, there's an before next week. All right, so before next week should be before, yeah, all right. Let's hear from, will that be definite?
My brother, before the week ends, there will be people charged and placed
before the weekend.
This week.
All right.
Yes, week. Before the weekend on Saturday. Before on Saturday.
So before the weekend. Thank you. Senator Sokwe, followed by Senator Prince Moy. I can't bring it up on.
Thank you, Lieutenant. And colleagues. Mr. Aji. Mr. Brown.
Senator Sokwe, talk to the please. I didn't use your microphone.
Please put that name. So, Mr. Aji, I heard you to have said that the people you saw in the video footages are not people who are capable of controlling 19 million. What does that mean?
Senator Moy.
What does that mean? Are there not different stages in these cartel functions and functionalities? What if that man's job is only to transport from here to here? So you investigate and say they make, you know, they get 15 million. So he's not there. Is that it?
Honorable Senator, I said exactly what I said, and I mean exactly as I said it. We're not excusing anybody. We're saying everybody will be arrested based on the role that they play. But I'm saying beyond those people are key actors who are responsible for it. So we will not be distracted to just look at only those people, the taxi driver, the handler, and then leave the main actors behind.
The senator just said it. State actors, non-state actors, everybody. This is a distraction. All of this noise back and forth is a distraction to make sure that this investigation leaves all the key people. That's what this noise is about. And will not leave out anybody, all those who are attached to it, the chips before where it may.
But if you say, RG, I'm quoting you. You said these people don't look like they have the capacity to own 19 million. That's what you said.
And I mean exactly what I said.
That is not the way to investigate these things, because these small fishes can lead to the big ones.
But now you're saying as you pick up the small fish immediately, and
they will tell you.
No, but that's what we want the small fish to tell where the big fish is. But at this point, basically you're saying to me, just take the small fish to get a small fish.
Grab them and they will tell you. Mr. RG, you spoke of capacity. Let me ask you, how did you quantify the drugs to be 19 million? What method did you use?
So we have partners with UNODC. We do the weighing and use the street value based on where it was designated for.
So we are told in the streets that it's up to 50 million. You tell us it's 19 million. Now, in the absence of these periodic updates that we spoke about earlier, you leave room for speculations. And that in itself is dangerous to our survivability. You also said you got intelligence about the drugs. We are told that the entity at the airport, GLS, arrested those drugs because of tonnage disparity. That's what we were told. So where did your intelligence lead to how did it surpass for these drug bonds?
So the first thing, Senator, I think we're called here because we should have more facts than people in the street. So what you're told in the street is unsubstantiated information. What I'm saying here to you is the fact that can be verified. GLS did not arrest the drug at the airport. GLS did not arrest the drug. The drug was sitting there. It was the security, same RIA security. So let's look at the procedure. If a cargo comes to the airport and it has weight discrepancy, and for any reason that cargo cannot be shipped because the weight discrepancy cannot be resolved before the loading time of the flight, that cargo remains there. It is rebooked. On the day that it is rebooked for, the security take it back and then reweigh it. So that cargo did not make the flight because the weight discrepancy didn't happen. Also, it wasn't on the day that it was shipped. It was the security on Sunday. It was booked for the next Friday, which is the standard day.
Mr. RG, Mr. RG, I beg you. The lady you are talking about that you say is in your custody.
I'm talking about no lady.
Yes, you spoke about a lady. You said she's in your custody at the airport.
I didn't mention no lady.
No, not now. You spoke about it before.
RG, don't argue with us.
You said it before. You said she comes in the morning and leaves in the evening.
Yeah, okay, before, yeah.
Correct. And that's why I'm quoting. That's why I'm writing when you're talking. And so that lady, it was the lady who said that she put clear on the bags. Yeah. But there was a weight disparity, and that was the guy from River says. River says. It was River says who came from what you told us here when you came. That River says was instructed by a fellow who was in China.
Use the microphone.
Right? Who was in China and was expected on Wednesday, Mr. DA. Am I correct?
Well, that when we said what we said, even though you're not quoting us right, it was in camera, and I'm not going to speak about it here, sir. Confidential.
Mr. Chairman, I beg you, then you should tell me what not to ask and what to ask. On a serious note, these are things that are affecting our
Senator, Socrates, go ahead. Don't argue with anybody outside of this.
So here's a question, Mr. Ajli. Here's a question.
Yes, sir.
If I'm supposed to travel outside the country and
while trying to book a flight, you caught me with a parcel that had drugs inside. What do you do to me?
I want you.
So why are you not arresting these people who had the drugs?
And Honorable Senator, I will repeat, in a transnational narcotic investigation, arrest is not the first thing you do at the first instant, unless there is operational necessity. Arrest is not the first thing you do. If you, what is your objective? Just to arrest those who got a finger on it at the moment? If these people were at flight rates to jeopardize the investigation, yes, we arrested all of them immediately. But at least we got into a place where we know that they are present and cooperating. If we rush and arrest, all the people who need drug will be walking around free while the people be lingering in jail. Yes, they did play a part at different levels. All of them will be charged according to what they did. But we're not just going to be distracted and just pick up those who played part of the study, just use it to move stuff around, while we leave those who are major actors out. I think that is where we're trying to get to.
Mr. Aji.
Yes, sir.
The public confidence is being eroded. We hear this every day on all of the social media. To the extent where the video that you have to ascertain clearance from the court for you to get that video, it's all over the place. How did these people get it too?
Well, Chief, I mean, I wish I could say, and that's why, I mean, for these leaks and stuff, there's a separate investigation ongoing.
Madam Pro Tem, this issue, hello, am I raising okay? This issue is placing our country in the international community list as being a transit point or a drug producing country. We need to do something about it because we fought to get this image to where it is. On that note, I will rest.
Senator Mori, followed by Senator Jala, and Senator Dopo, and Senator Lukwe last. No other name on the list.
Thank you, Pro Tem.
Huh? There were
Thank you, Emma, lawyer. Thank you. In the cool room. Thank you. Pro Tem, distinguished colleagues, I will be very brief because most of the hard questions have been asked. To the IG, I see you taking on most of the questions. Why are you not proactive in providing information to the public as you have always done?
Honorable Senator, Senator Dillon made a point here before you came.
Okay.
He explained about sometimes they tell you to declare your asset. If you got nothing, don't declare it. For us, our information management, every time we come out to say something, we must have something substantial to give to the public. Where we are, as of the moment that we have not spoken, is everything we know at this point in time. If we speak it, it could jeopardize the investigation. That's the only reason why we have not spoken. We want to have something conclusive to let it go. But he gave me a key point. He said, come on, even if you don't have anything left for the investigation, it's still ongoing and stuff like that. Okay. So I take due note from that, and like I said, they will definitely hear from us.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. With that said, I mean, like, all of them have said I came a little late, so I didn't know that you have answered that. But realistically, like, all the other speakers have said, we have been bombarded by our constituents on this particular drugs matter. So we are not going to leave it the way things are happening here usually. So as a matter of joining all of those that have asked questions, we will be watching, and I think we'll put in all the different efforts. The president has already charged the committee, the joint committee, to look into all the different equipment procurement issue, and I think we'll be ready to do that. While we're fighting the case, we have to be on the other side to ensure that we have the kind of equipment that will protect further, occurrence. So, for them, I'd just like to make a few words.
Thank you, Senator Moore. Senator Jala, followed by Senator Topo.
Well, thank you, Madam President. I want to say thank you to the Joint Security and the Attorney General Office for putting in some time to respond to our invitation. You know, I feel very happy today. About 25 years ago, when we contemplated forming the Drug Enforcement Agency, it was like a myth. So, the first problem I see here is the DEA is not autonomous. It's not independent by itself.
Yes.
That's the first problem I see.
Yes.
You have the police running the DEA state. That was the first suspicion test. Thank you. Because we authorized, there was a West Africa project to harmonize all the law on drug trafficking, establish the agency in all the countries, 16 countries. There was a West African project by the United Nations Development Program. That's why they had the UNDCP and all of these institutions. The only person who really can, among all of you, can verify that would be the data of the EPS. You know what I'm talking about and what will come from this. So, let me start with my first question now, after the preamble. Is Liberia a member of Interpol? Or this legal body?
Honorable Senator, good afternoon and thank you. I am proud to announce here to the Senate that as of last week, Liberia's full rights and privileges to the Interpol was 100% restored, including voting and access to the regional bureau in Abidjan, after paying debt, getting debt cancellation and paying some monies that were owed since the war.
Okay, maybe I will not ask the question as to whether you have linked Interpol into this investigation, given the range of suspect or transactions that including UK and all of these places, because you just joined Interpol after suspension.
Use the microphone.
Senator, we still have access to the I-247-, which of course, yes, we have been able to use that. But in this case, if you're asking Interpol for help, take for example, we got this Usman Ali, who is in the UK, and the Rahim Bar. You need to give some information, at least including the passport or something, before you can activate to that Interpol level. That's why we've asked partners to be able to identify them. Once it's sent out, then we can get it in the Interpol system.
Okay, Mr. Director, you know, in your criminal investigation, there is something called assessment before, during, and after the fight. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
How is it applied in this case?
Sir, this, like I keep re-echoing, this is a complex investigation. A complex investigation. It's not treated like ordinary investigation, sir.
I know that as the former director of the Drug Enforcement Agency. But it doesn't mean it should not be done. Yeah, I'm the former director of the DEA, that's a fact. But what I'm saying is, you gotta have this bill accession before the fight, to do your intelligent information, to move on to the thing, to do arrest, the fight is established. There's an accession during that process also. Maybe at some point in time you can deal with those tables, those two tables, and proceed to after the fight. Am I correct?
In regular investigation, yes, sir.
So the DEA investigation is not regular?
Sir, this particular investigation is not just a DEA investigation. And the reason why you even see me here speaking is because this matter was elevated to a national joint security investigation led by the police and the DEA.
As they maintain that you don't have a DEA, the DEA is a police director, in a way. seconded to the police. And we have emphasized historically that the DA must be independent of the police. That's what the problem is. The DA must be independent totally of the police. They come in on collaboration, based on invitation. They come in for backup. If there's a gun shoot and all of that, you can call them for backup. But the DA has to be able to do his job and be independent. That was how we perceived it in 1996, 97, 98, and 2000. We took the drug people from the police, from NSA, from all the places and put them together under the DA. So that's the first thing we have to correct. And it should start from this investigation. Because if the DA is just there to say yes or no, and give clarification, we're gonna repeat this mistake again in the future, or if there's another mistake coming. But let me go to my next question. Has there been any? Maybe if I was not here earlier. Okay, if there was if I ask a question is asked, somebody can guess it will deal with that. I will pass on. Has there been any independent forensic analysis completed on this case, on this issue?
Yes, sir, and it's still ongoing.
No. When you see that was the 19 million, have you done forensic analysis of that?
Samples have been shared with partners, sir.
So you don't have forensic facility to do that, right?
No, sir.
That's why you skeptical to go to court. Because your evidence.
No, but Chief, excuse me. I mean, if it's testing to know the substance, yeah, we got test kit to use to know what kind of substance it is. But when you're talking about detailed forensic analysis, that would require like the composition to know where this drug was made, which country it came from, what the marking on the back, which cartel it could be associated with. Those are things that that require further analysis. But for analyzing to know what it is confirmed that it's cocaine.
My respect to you, sir. You have a connection. You have partners, international countries. If you have some complication, have you requested countries that will help you fast track this forensic analysis for prosecution purposes?
Yes, sir.
Now, how did you come in contact with it? I mean, you explained that anyway, but was there intelligence that led to this, or was that based on routine inspection?
Senator, can you repeat your question?
Did you come across intelligence before moving on this matter, or was that based on routine inspection? Was that solely on routine inspection?
Both. We have detail also working, but this one was routine inspection.
This drug, for your eye-volume research, is it made in Liberia or was it imported in Liberia? All right. Okay, so I will go back because I asked this question earlier, but it didn't complete it. What international criminal networks may be connected to this shipment?
Honorable Senator, like I mentioned earlier, until there's detailed forensic analysis to know the chemical composition, because like if the DEA, US DEA do the analysis, they can tell you which lab, which country that particular stuff comes from. We don't just want to assume. Yeah.
at this point in time.
No, I'm not suggesting that you should assume. I was even giving you as to whether you have other international partners to help with this, like the US
Yes, sir.
embassy.
Yes, sir.
You working with them on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because one reason why the cocaine, I think we talk about 100 million under the Saga administration that was dismissed, is because the French captain of the ship from which the cocaine were intercepted were not brought to testify in court. That's single reason the case was dismissed on remand. Yes. So, have you contemplated on any attempt to do access to prisoner access? Is that, do you see anything in that direction?
Well,
As a result of this?
at this point in time, no, Senator.
Okay, before I close, before I close, let me make it clear that the DEA equipment purchase is not a matter of issue because under the PPCC law, the security are exempted from the regular competitive bidding process, and then you can ask for sole source. Okay, you can ask for sole source. The PPCC cannot delay you for that. You don't need even any intervention. Just like that this is a security equipment, we want an exemption, we want to do sole source, they will give it to you. So, having had a long day, let me allow the process, since we have a timeline, or one of the thank you, Madam President.
Is it about to allow you to stop here? Senator Jobo? All of our senators look where we have 4 more senators to speak. We have a presentation after this hearing from LEC. They've been here since this morning.
Thank you.
Senator Jobo?
Distinguished Senator, I'm coming from this standpoint where I believe that the DEA and the national security, I believe that they can help us to go to the bottom of this matter. Later on, but as it is that I believe that. However, I researched to know that Euroshaku and the Nigerian fellow or broker called Chibu Yume, they were associated with the more than 100 million 2010 cocaine bust in Liberia, and they were taken to American custody in the USA. I was also told that one of the individuals associated with that operation plane was seized in value of $35 million.